the words of Jesus Christ.
Shut your mouth, Cain, bitch!
The Black Hebrew Israelite group, they're a bunch of frauds. Are there some black people that have Jewish blood? Absolutely. But not every black person has Jewish blood. And a lot of these people that's in the Black Hebrew Israelites, they don't have Jewish blood. They're African. Their roots are from Africa. This is what happened. And unfortunately, a lot of black people have an identity issue. Due to this, so many try to find their identity, be it the Black Hebrew Israelites, be it the ancient Egyptians, as a whole. Yes, there are some with bloodlines that trace back. However, as a whole, absolutely not. Stop thinking that you're a Hebrew just because somebody tells you that you are. On my other page, I spent time disproving the Black Hebrew Israelites, and I plan to do it some of the times on this page. And as you can see from this video that was just posted, they cuss, they're focused on skin color, and all they do is call themselves YAHAWAH. Black Hebrew Israelites were the true Jews. Y'all boys would be fulfilling prophecy right now. You'd be over in the land of Israel, in control, just like Ezekiel 38 says. Iran would have beef with you. All the nations of the world, and I'm talking about governments, would be against you. But you're not over there. You're here in America with me, marching on the streets of America, working American jobs, going to American restaurants. Oh, we're the true Jews. We're the true Jews. Trying your best to fulfill prophecy, but just can't do it, can you? No matter how hard you try, it just doesn't work. I mean, that has to hurt because you're looking over there and you're seeing Israel over there now fulfilling actual prophecy. And not only are they fulfilling actual prophecy, they have angelic visitation helping them win their wars. I mean, that must hurt your pride, doesn't it? Because y'all boys are here in America with me. Gonna be watching my Chicago Bears beat up on Green Bay this fall. And that proves that you're not the true Israelites of the Bible. Because if you were, you would be fulfilling prophecy. But you're not. You're not Eliyahu. Your name is Jamal and you work at Sam's Club. Stop with the cosplay. You and your false doctrine are going to fall by the hand of God. Now that I said that, I'll say this. There are some Jews that are black. And if I see you in my comment section talking about, Ty, there's black Jews, it shows that you didn't have enough self-control to sit through the end of this video, that you got mad, that you just had to comment. My wife is a black Jew. I know different black Jews, but I also know white Jews. I know Yemen Jews, because 70 AD caused that. And if you don't know what happened in 70 AD, go look it up. It has to do with General Titus. Hit follow for more.
Okay, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Wakwak, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with no lesson. And this lesson, well, first off, let me give some exposition a bit, because this is a reoccurring thing where you have this guy Ty Jackson, that's Slakia, it's Ty Jackson, who's constantly making videos claiming that he's debunked Israelites and whatnot, when in actuality he really didn't debunk anything. He didn't prove anything. Okay, as the scriptures say, prove all things, but yet he cannot prove anything. But yet you have brothers like this, elder brother Manak Tazakba, okay, who are literally, and this is where I am getting these videos from. This is why I'm doing it, because I see, okay, he makes this lesson here, and I'm not like dedicating to it, but it's like sometimes when I run out of lessons to do, it's like, okay, well, this is an easy thing to do. Let me just do a quick lesson on this, all right? Because this is literally like light work, all right? This is like literal light work, especially given that he does not provide scriptures in order to support his claims. All right. Now, first things first, I actually had some more while I was listening that I wanted to try to see if I can remember. Bear with me, Slakia. Oh, okay, no wonder I couldn't find it. Okay, so first thing, I guess we'll just start with this. Baruch chapter 3 verse 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. All right, that's basically one of the things where this is literal. This is how we are literally living. Okay, we are literally in the captivity the same way that the scriptures describe it. Because how many bills do we have to pay monthly, daily, all this stuff, like all the time? Okay, we are literally subject to payments. We can't, we can never own anything of our own. And so, oh yeah, that's another thing that I just remembered. This dude, this literal liar and devil, literally said that they are being helped in their war with some divine interference, or whatever the frick he said. I forgot what he said, but he basically said that they were divinely being helped. What the fuck is he talking about? Esau helping through American military might is divine to him? Is that literally what he's saying? All right, I am baffled by that egregious statement, because that was absolutely insane. I genuinely can't believe that he just said that, because all that has been happening, that when it comes to those people getting all the help, they've been getting helped by man. Esau has been helping Esau. Esau has been doing all that stuff. They're responsible. They are literally responsible. And on top of that, very clearly, you can see that he just is completely disqualifying and dishonestly discounting the Palestinian people and their plights and how they've been mistreated. Okay, very clearly. Okay, he has this bias simply because he's against us. Apparently, there's absolutely no honesty in that man at all. He literally is just set up to defend his daddy and whatnot. Okay, I would imagine that he's getting paid for saying something that's just so outrageously false. All right. Anyway, let me continue on. Let me not get that, but let me get this. I think he mentioned this. Did he say 28 or 38? Fuck.
Governments would be against you, but you're not over there. You're here in America with me in control, just like Ezekiel 38 says.
38. Slacky, I really should have read this prior. Wait, be not prepared, but prepare all the company that assemble under the. And see, Slacky, that's the thing when it comes to this type of stuff. You always have these people that will reference something or reference a whole chapter, and then I have to go in and search it up myself rather than just him demonstrating or showing it through the scriptures. And that's the thing. If you were to let's say you did not agree with my video, okay, you can literally just go to exactly, I referenced Baruch 3 and 8. You can literally just go there and say, you actually got this wrong. In Baruch 3 and 9, it literally says, "Hear Israel, the commandments of life, give ear." There, and then you can just actively just say that. But like I literally have to go in and read through the entirety of Ezekiel 38, which it's like, okay, so where in here are you trying to imply that? And like, I have to slack it. And on top of that, I have to make the assumption off of his already messed up perception in where he thinks that Israel is being referenced in here, and I also have to make multiple assumptions at how. No, wait, so then that's where it just doesn't make any sense, because I also have to make multiple assumptions as to where and why his way of thinking, or where and how the source of his way of thinking comes into play. All right, that's why I freaking hate that's why I hate Christians in general, because they always reference stuff they never have the scriptures just back them up because they know it doesn't. All right, so Slakia, let me go. Verse 7: Be thou prepared, and prepare all for thyself, thou and all the companies that are assembled unto thee. Okay, hold on. So I think this might be it. Thus saith the Lord power, verse 3, Ezekiel 38, verse 3, and then say, thus saith the Lord, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, let me just jump down. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, and it is brought forth out of the nation, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Oh, I think I see now. Okay, so I think okay, now obviously I might be wrong, but I'm going to, again, as I literally said, this is all based off an assumption, because this dumbass didn't freaking explain it, or didn't even reference the exact verse he just referenced. He just said, oh, in Ezekiel 38, again, as if we're supposed to. Slocky, let me calm down and freaking just break this down. So basically, what I'm assuming that he thinks that this is that he's saying that all these different nations are implied to be against Israel, all right, as a result of that. And in addition to how he was speaking, with how he was saying that the world is basically against Israel, which, by the way, is not true. Literally everybody has been pointing out how, or it's like everyone that's in America more specifically has been pointing out and been saying that anytime someone talks badly about the protected community, all right, it always goes terribly for them. Like, their stuff, it just gets I guess cut off, basically. Okay, they are literally the most protected people, not by YAHAWAH, but simply by Esau, Edom, simply by America, by the officials. Trump has been literally like a guard dog, saying a whole bunch of stuff like, if you guys talk badly about these certain people, you're gonna face the wrath. You're gonna face justice, X, Y, and Z. All right, so all that shit, like, this man is a freaking liar. We can barely even talk about. Look at this. People, we've had to change the way we use certain words simply because our videos would get taken down for targeted harassment or bullying or something like that. All right. Anyway, continuing on with this in Ezekiel 38. Over here it says, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been Sakia. Let me start over. Ezekiel 38 verse 8. And after many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years, thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. It is brought forth out of the nation, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. So basically, he's saying that the implication is that because they had gotten, what is that? What's the year that they did it? It was 1948, I think. Yeah, I think this was it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 1948. This was when they 1940 was when they had gotten that land. Okay. But the thing is that they didn't get. You can look it up yourself. They didn't get it through any sort of divine intervention. They didn't get it from YAHAWAH, doing fulfilling all the prophecies and this, that, and third and whatnot. They got it simply because it was like they used their military might from America or Babylon, all right, to basically move those people out of it, just as they're trying to move those people out of it now, all right. There was that war, there was that whole war, and it's what's the word? History repeating itself, all right. They're just basically trying to do the exact same thing, all right. And that is not how the Lord said that He was going to. Slacky for the long starting, but this is not how the Lord said that He would establish Israel in the land. Okay, so we're gonna get these. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. So where's this prophecy? Where's the prophecy of the strangers joining onto them? They're being kicked. They're being kicked out. They're not cleaving onto them. They're not falling in line. All right. Even this, Micah chapter 4 verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow onto it. Slakia. Verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and He will teach of his ways, and we will walk in His paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Slakia. Basically, that's once again another prophecy that would happen when the Israelites are established in their thing. You would have the other nations falling in line, saying, okay, yes, we acknowledge Israel, all right, as the sovereign number one nation. In addition to that, we also acknowledge that we don't deserve to be in this style. We're going to cleave unto you. We want you guys to teach us of your superior ways, X, Y, and Z, and stuff like that. But that's not what's going on. You have these people that are vehemently going against the protected community, Slakia. All right, they're going against them. They're saying that they feel wronged and whatnot. So where's that? Why? And also on top of that, why is there still wars going on? I thought that the people got set up and established in their place, but yet that's a little strange. That's a little strange. Like it might mean that the word of the Lord, is there some inconsistency? Did the Lord lie? All right. Where's the answer to this? All right. So very clearly, this man is not debunking anything. He's constantly wrong. He's constantly being proven wrong. All right. Let me go to the next one. Slakia, I was probably looking for something else, or I was probably looking for this Isaiah. And let's continue on. Next, Deuteronomy chapter 28, okay, verse 15. I'm not going to read it actually. I'll just read the first verse. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses should come upon thee and overtake thee. Are those certain people following all the words of the Lord? Are they absolutely perfect in their obedience to YAHAWAH? Are you like, no? All right, that's just a very plain way of saying it, just a flat out no. That's not the case. They and as a matter of fact, let me get that. Okay, so yeah, exactly. The YAHAWAH for this Google thing, even though I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it is pretty shaky, or it's not that it's not that it gives incorrect information. It's just the fact that the information it gives, it's sometimes like a little flawed, or they say the right. I know that they say the right thing. Like every time they give certain answers, it's like it's right, but it's just a little strange in the way that it words certain things. But let me continue on. Let me just read what this is, because it's still a good starting point, and then you can go to the actual websites where the information is. But anyway, many tea drinkers, let's just say that, I don't know, many-ish peoples do not strictly adhere to all laws and customs with varying degrees of observance across different movements and individuals, while some-ish are highly observant of law. Others may identify as ish culturally or ethnically while not actively practicing the religion, Slakia. So that's basically and that's literally what I heard a lot growing up, where there are people that make claim to that, but they don't really care about that. They don't care about the actual practices, or it's inconvenient to them. All right, like that was a very big thing, or Slakia, not even that it's inconvenient, but more so that what's that word? What's that proper term? It's more so like just like it, like they would rather continue following after Babylonian standards instead. All right, so yeah, that was a very big thing in society, where they don't actually, it's just something to lay claim to. It's not necessarily anything that they take seriously, to the point where, oh yeah, I'm going to do all this thing, I'm going to be a diligent, all right, a diligent-ish person. All right, they don't actually care about the practices. They just want the authority and the the rewards that come along with it. Next, let's see. But Slakia, and in general, you see all these curses. Okay, all the curses, all the prophecy. Okay, these are. Let me actually get that in 45. I think it's 45 or 43. Deuteronomy 28 verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Okay, and it's over here, Slakia. Yeah, over here, the key word here being sign. The Lord intentionally made it so that these are for a sign to show that these are the people. These people specifically are in punishment. Okay, he didn't make it just for shits and giggles. It's not just I'm gonna have fun with this stuff and whatnot. No, it's specifically done to show that these are the people who I'm whooping their asses and whatnot. All right, so that, this is where a lot of people really get things twisted, honestly, where they're just so oblivious to the fact that this judgment is on us for a reason. It's not just for what's that word? It's not just because. All right. It's not just because. It's very intentional to show that, look at these people that are either so great, they're at the top of the world, or these people that are at the bottom of the world. Okay, I'm dealing with these people specifically. That's why they are facing so much scrutiny, or they're facing so much blessing, that they are above everyone else. All right. Next, moving on. I definitely don't need this because I have it already. I don't think this is it though. Yeah, no, this is not it. Okay, so here, finally. Daniel chapter 7, verse 14. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Okay, another very important prophecy, which, who is the he? Okay, let's go up to verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. That's basically the end result. Okay, the end of it, the thing that would break the camel's back, if you will, if you want to use that term, I guess. Okay, that would properly identify who the Israelites are, would be the fact that we are going to be ruled by Yahawashi. Yahawashi is going to be here. Okay, and this is in the Old Testament, by the way. All right, this is in the Old Testament. This was prophesied in the Old Testament that Yahawashi was going to rule. All right, so that just goes to show that when everyone is cleaving on to the Israelites, it's going to be, even though the Israelites are going to be above all these other nations, us Israelites are still going to be below Yahawashi. So all that crap about this dude saying, oh, we don't fit the prophecies, is all baloney. All right, it's all fake, because we do number one, we do fit the prophecies. That's number one. Number two, I literally just proved it through all the freaking precepts here, Slakia, all the blessed precepts here, and I literally proved that who wasn't, all right, who wasn't the people. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise. And Slakia, again, as I said this before, I said again, I literally showed you everywhere in the verses. I literally cited all of my sources. I showed literal evidence of everything. Whereas this dude, do not be swayed by stuff like this. Do not let somebody use emotions to try to convince you of otherwise. You don't need, and I'm not telling you to believe whatever I'm saying. I'm telling you, do your research. Don't just believe anything. If you end up doing research and you feel like, you know, what the proof that I showed you is not enough, okay, well, that's on you. You made your choice. That's the Spirit is not dealing with you. The Spirit's dealing with you in another way. That's your lot. That's not my responsibility. Okay, but do your research. So with that, praise was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BaHashem, Yahawashi, BaHashem, Wakwak, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Abab, and Shalom.